Hello, welcome to the Youth Academy guide for FIFA 22. This is how you find the best players. Really quick and simple. The Youth Academy is very overpowered on FIFA, so even if you make mistakes, you'll probably get there in the end. For anyone who's knowledgeable about the Youth Academy in FIFA 21, I don't actually recommend this video because there's not much that's changed. I guess if you want to have a look at the new menus, you're free to do so. This video is designed for new people who might have not used the Youth Academy before or just want a new challenge in career mode. Now, because I'm not in the business of repeating myself, we will be using some FIFA 21 footage taken from our guide last year because it's the exact same principle. You'll be able to distinguish the old footage because I'll leave a tab down at the bottom saying FIFA 21. When starting the career mode, you will be greeted with your own scout. You'll have an option to hire 2 more, and there will be a few players in your Youth Academy already. The most important thing for any youth player is a number circled here and here. It tells you the maximum potential that that player can reach. This is discarding dynamic potential at this stage, an additional layer in the game. The rewards players playing a lot of game time, playing quite well, very happy as well in the morale. It could also be detrimental to your player if you're not playing him, if they're very unhappy at the club, and other negatives that surround football, so please be aware. To keep it short and sweet, you really want this number to be above 90 when you're scouting a player into your Youth Academy. The potential range will shorten over time, which will sure enough drop many of the 90 plus maximum potentials into the 80 brackets, but that is still a really good player. The more stars a scout has, the better he is. So Elliot Hammond in this instance is 5-star, 5-star. You can't get any better than that. And the scouts are based off experience, so that's a larger number of players will be found. Judgment is finding higher quality players, so a mix of both and you'll have no problem finding wonder kids. Hiring a scout is a little bit costly, so just keep an eye on your budget. You'll find it here in the finances. And also, I don't know if this is new, but the budget is there in the top right. Since I am Manchester United, we've got a big pool of money. We'll take the best scout available. Now, setting up a scouting network is incredibly cost effective in comparison to transferring a player into your club. The only time that you'll need to check if this is affordable is when you're down in the lower leagues. So please keep that in mind. From these menus, you can control what country they're going to scout, how long the scouting mission is going to take, and most importantly, the player type. Technically gifted will be very skillful at dribbling. You will see a lot of midfielders and attackers. Your playmakers have got good vision, mostly midfielders, as you'd expect. You think your wingers would just bring back wingers and occasionally the odd wing back? Brings back wingers and sometimes central attacking midfielders and strikers. The best attribute here, pace. Attackers actually bring back more wingers and midfielders than they do strikers, which is just bizarre. Absolutely bonkers. I hope that gets fixed eventually. It's been a problem in the game for I don't know how many years. So many years. It's been a long time since I've used this player type because of how broken it is. Apparently they grow very nicely in physicals. They've got additional composure in comparison to the other Youth Academy players. Physically strong, oi, overpowered. It has a good spread of positions, and as the player type suggests, yes, these players are physically strong. They've got good pace, they've got good strength. Defensive-minded player type has the same problems as the attacker player type. You'd think that that would bring back more centre-backs. In fact, it doesn't. Goalkeeper. Easiest one of the bunch. It's going to scout your goalkeepers. The crumb of comfort here is that player types that we don't usually use are possibly back in now that we have position training, because we know what stats the player types are going to bring back. It's just then a case of changing that player to a certain position. I think it's still useful to note that in past games, sending the scout to his home country would have a slight boost in the players that you got back, but no, that's definitely not in the game anymore. Certain countries are more effective at bringing back better players, so South America especially, but in my opinion, it's so slight. I would just go all around the world, have a wonderful variety of players, but that's my opinion. If you just want a team of Brazilian players, then yeah, go ahead. You set it all up July the 1st when you drop into career mode. You send your scouts out. A month later, at the beginning of August, is when your first scout reports come back. Once again, we're looking for a certain number, and that number on this screen is located here. It's the max potential of a player. 4 players come back in this Albanian scout report, and 1 player has got a maximum potential above 90. This is the player that we should sign. There is another secret that could help you understand your Youth Academy players better. Lee Watkins, Lee Payne, both maximum potential of 94. But you look at the valuations, Lee Payne, only £200,000. Lee Watkins, £375,000. Well, they kind of play the same position and they got matching maximum potentials at 94. What's the difference? That valuation is being skewed by the overalls of the players. So you see the overall range here. Lee Watkins is a 49 to 65. Lee Payne only a 43 to 57. But that's your deep stuff. Maybe if you're like struggling to fit any more Youth Academy players in, that could be the deciding factor. I wouldn't worry about it that much. The key here is not to panic. The Youth Academy is overpowered and it's cheap. Dirt cheap. It runs on a simple formula. You get the best scout in, they get the better players. You sign up the best players in their reports to your Youth Academy and you see if they hold their potential. Some people do drop off a little bit, which is disappointing. But if you stick to the golden rule of only signing up the players with 90 or above maximum potential, most of them will have at least 80 potential to begin with. Now, if you want to make the most of dynamic potential, I do suggest running a smaller first team so you give these youth players more and more of an opportunity to play their football and gain experience on the pitch. That's how players grow in this game. As you sign someone up to your Youth Academy, you might want to take a look at all the stats, see if they're suited to the position that apparently comes naturally to them. Machado is actually a great example of someone that doesn't fit where they naturally play because of their low acceleration and sprint speed. With 71 long shot, short passing, and curve, we could make this guy into a very effective central attacking midfielder. So that's exactly what I'm going to do by showing you the development plan. This is the first time that you can get hands-on and start manipulating the players as you like. So if we select attacking midfield from the position options, you'll see by the arrows given what stats will be improved whilst he's in this development plan. At the top, you've got an estimated time of arrival. That's when the player is ready to change into a central attacking midfielder. For Machado here, it's only 2 weeks. You definitely want to play around with development plan as much as possible. You can also increase things like attacking work rate, defensive work rate, skill moves, weak foot. And that's all that we need to say. The Youth Academy is not a complex thing. The best way to learn is, of course, playing the game yourself. But if you do have any questions that haven't been answered through this video, please put your comments down below and I will try and get back to as many people as possible. Or some of the wonderful members of my community will reply and help you out. Please go and check out my amazing series on the Youth Academy, Youth Squad Legends. We do it every single year and it is a good laugh. On FIFA 22, we're going to do it with Leighton Orient, and before the first episode, we have no idea what is going to happen. And that is the main attraction to it. So I hope to see you there. Thank you ever so much for watching. Hopefully, it has helped you understand the Youth Academy better. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.